SpongeBob, truce.
Truce.
SpongeBob, I can't take it anymore. If we keep this up, neither of us will win the award.
You're right. We should save our energy for work where we really need it.
Okay, let's have a good, clean fight.
And may the better man win. He's nothing but a lying, boneless, ink-squirting, big-nosed phony.
Look at that buck-toothed, corn-fed smile. You can't trust him as far as you can throw him.
As soon as he stops shaking my hand,
I'm gonna make a run for it. Hello and welcome back to the Two Things That Won't Work podcast. As always, I am your host, Marcus Chronicle, and I am here with
Neon Greystone.
And today we are taking a look at the episodes The Chaperone and Employee of the Month. Two episodes I feel like didn't air a lot as a kid.
I remember seeing The Chaperone like a lot early morning as a kid, but it disappeared.
It's weird. This is the first time that I think these episodes didn't air a lot, but I remember seeing them a lot.
Yeah, like, I've never, since I've been consciously watching and looking for them, saw them very often.
Yeah. I've seen so many episodes of SpongeBob over and over again. But, yeah, no, these are the first ones that I just don't remember seeing.
I will say, I didn't remember loving this combo as a kid as much.
I always loved them. I've always loved both these episodes. They've never been in my top, but yeah. I do love them. And I can't remember if it was... I don't think it was on the podcast last week. I think after the podcast, I told you I really liked Employee of the Month because I saw it as the opposite of pizza delivery. Where that one forced SpongeBob and Squidward to work together. This one sees them actively fighting against each other.
That's fair. I think it explores their dynamic from a completely new angle. And it's the first time we see SpongeBob get really competitive, I think, in the series.
Yeah, I think so.
That comes up a lot later. I mean, at least in the pre-movie, SpongeBob's competitiveness is kind of his main downfall here.
Yeah. Well, we'll get into that here in a bit, but first off, we have our episode game, which I told you this beforehand. I finally came up with a name, so I don't have to keep calling it the episode game, because I hate doing that. So until I have a better name, I will henceforth be calling it SpongeBob Roulette.
Not the game without a cool acronym.
Yeah. So, our clues last time. I told you this before we started. Do you remember any of them?
Yes, I actually kind of half paid attention. It was balloon and bow tie. I got two of them.
Balloon and bow tie were two of them. The other one was candy bar.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I hadn't heard that one.
Do you remember the episode?
Yeah, that was rock bottom.
It was. And last time we said, we watched an entire episode that was not the ones we were doing that time. That's because we watched all of Life of Crime.
It kind of messed with me. I wanted to say Life of Crime for a second.
Yeah, we watched that episode specifically because we couldn't remember if there was a bow tie in there. There was not, or at least not one that we caught.
We do our best here to make sure for you at home that no two episodes meet the exact same requirements.
I have never bothered with that once. You might, but I don't.
I try.
I just kind of go. But yeah, that was last time. An episode that I can't wait to get to. This time on SpongeBob Roulette, we have 3 new clues. Do you remember any of them?
Plunger.
Plunger was one of them. Our other clues are eggs and hook. So once again, those clues are eggs, plunger, and hook. I feel like if I say it twice, it'll give them the best chance.
It kind of lets you, oh wait, they're doing it. That way you can write it down or begin your search.
Or start just thinking. But, yeah. So this time I have to scroll down because normally I do. This time I did not. Our synopsis for The Chaperone. When Mr. Krabs' daughter Pearl is stood up for her prom, SpongeBob agrees to step in. Not wanting Pearl to feel bad about her date, SpongeBob tries to make himself tall, dark, and handsome. His efforts cause much embarrassment, and Pearl is distraught, but not as much as SpongeBob. Pearl is finally able to see SpongeBob for the great guy that he is.
A little wordy, not as bad as it could have been.
But, Yeah, that's The Chaperone, an episode that I really don't think aired too much.
I remember seeing this one as a kid. I feel like it came on a lot when we were like 7, 8, and then just disappeared with the rest of the early season.
Yeah, I don't think it aired really. I think it probably aired the exact amount because I never got bored of it, but I never felt like I was seeing it too much.
Yeah.
So yeah, it aired quite well. I do want to throw out we get an opening that I don't think we've had yet, where we open on the Krusty Krab, and then they just zoom the camera into this one painted background. There's nothing else moving. They're just zooming in on the image. I don't think we've seen that yet.
No, I don't think we have.
Then Pearl comes. SpongeBob is doing his job. I don't remember exactly what he was doing.
Just cooking. He put a mustard of V on the patty, or a check mark.
Yeah, probably a check mark.
That's what as a kid, that one, and this is a small tangent, I'm not going to, drag it out, but as a kid, because later he's known for, the smiley face condiments. As a kid, I remember watching this and going, he did that part, now the eyes, and no. And I remember when we saw that, it went like, that unlocked that.
Yeah. That's one of those things. It's like sometimes you just don't remember because who knows. But yeah, no. He's cooking. He's making Krabby Patties, and then
he hears a disturbance.
We hear a disturbance in the patty. And is this Pearl's first episode? No, because she's in
Squeaky Boots.
Yeah.
This is the first time her and SpongeBob really interact, though.
Yeah, which is funny because the first time I remember them interacting is the next time we see it.
Yeah, well, that's the big Pearl SpongeBob episode.
Yeah. I think, honestly, if you had flipped those two, it would have been much better as a through line.
Probably for Pearl's, character, but here she doesn't really like him at the beginning. Yeah. Whereas they're kind of friends-ish by the end of that one.
Yeah. But, she comes in crying because she was dumped.
Yeah, right before the prom, too. Day before, or day of.
Yeah, that's going to be a Bob's Burgers plot one day.
Probably.
It might already happen.
We haven't seen a prom. They've been dances.
They've been to the dance. Because I think it's Homecoming back in season 3.
Something like that. Prom is you have to be at least a junior unless you're invited.
Yeah, this was I think for them it was junior prom, so who knows. But for SpongeBob later, he says he didn't go to junior prom, or he couldn't get a date for his junior prom.
And Patrick went with his mom.
Yep. That must have been the night that they kicked him out. She was distracting him.
Oh God.
But yeah, they come running in. SpongeBob comes to see what's wrong, and that was a mistake.
It was. Squidward knew not to get involved.
Yeah, because Squidward's been involved in things that he doesn't want to be involved in.
Yeah, so SpongeBob tries to fix it, but gets crushed by a door.
Yep.
And that doesn't tell him to leave.
And we also see a crowd of people.
A crowd of Fred.
A crowd of person. Who's cloning Fred?
God if I know. But there are 6 normal Fred, and then 2 or 3 slightly tinted differently Freds.
Yeah. Someone is cloning Fred.
And they're not all perfect copies.
And we didn't hear my leg in this episode.
We did not.
We had a crowd of Fred and no my leg.
I never noticed as a kid that every background fish in that scene was just Fred.
I think I had, but it's something I always forget about until I watch the episode.
It's just so because they have so many models.
They do, and they did not use them.
No,
they have so many models in this episode.
Yeah, the entire crowd at the dance.
And they just didn't use any of the actual models we normally have.
Also, apparently at least half of Bikini High is just anchovies.
And all the other ones, or at least half the other ones, are characters that we've seen before.
Yeah, and we'll see again. Pearl's vague friend circle is somewhat consistent.
Yep. For the 4 times that we see them.
Yeah.
Across 16 seasons.
Yeah.
They might as well not exist.
No, they could be different every time, and no one would care.
No one would notice.
No. But yeah, so SpongeBob decides to lend an ear to Krabs and Pearl.
Which was, again, probably a mistake.
And ends up becoming Pearl's last choice for the prom.
Yeah, a very funny response of who wants to take a Pearl to the dance, and then everyone's gone.
Like, some of them just pop out of existence at
Yeah.
will.
Yeah.
Some of the Fred.
She rejects going with Squidward.
Which Squidward was grateful for.
To be fair, she doesn't reject going with Squidward. She just starts crying harder.
I would too.
She rejects going with SpongeBob initially.
So, canonically, SpongeBob is ugly. Because apparently going to the prom with SpongeBob would make Pearl less photogenic.
Yep. Well, that's just because he's covered in grease. He absorbs it like a sponge.
He does. And other things.
I do. We also get a funny 2-time gag. It only comes up twice in this episode, breaking the rule of 3. SpongeBob made himself a dummy.
He did. I don't know if he butted and can control it or what, but...
When do you think he swapped with it?
That's the thing, because the dummy either can completely move on its own, which raises questions, or SpongeBob, swapped it out right before just for the gag.
Yeah. Yeah, he swapped it at some point, and we don't know when.
Yeah, and no one blinked, though. If the dummy can talk, that's creepy.
Both times I think he swapped out, no one was looking at him. Because he does it at the very beginning of the episode, when Krabs is looking at Pearl. Because when he grabs SpongeBob, it's the dummy, because he doesn't react at all and doesn't ever shift
after
expression. And the second time, it's, Krabs throws open the door to skip ahead a bit and yells at them, catches them. And SpongeBob freezes and...
never moves again.
But we cut away from that as Krabs and Pearl look at each other, giving SpongeBob a moment off screen to just swap out. So I think that is where that happens.
Potentially that, I get, or it's magical or sentient or something, because SpongeBob acts like the dummy got him out of going to the prom.
Yeah. Yeah.
But after we are confirmed it's a dummy, we never see it move.
It's not my favorite joke in the episode, but it is.
It's so surreal.
The dummy is one of my top 5 favorite jokes of The Chaperone.
So, Pearl's clearly in the show, this is the first real time she's got a character, so that we can tell, teen stories.
Yeah.
Because, SpongeBob himself can be used for kids' stories, I guess, with normal school, and then work as an adult and all that, and hobbies, job. But we don't have a teen character. That's Pearl's thing. Yeah. And then they just never pursue it.
We don't have a character that could go through stories like learning how to drive.
We got driving, but SpongeBob doesn't have boating prom, or at least hasn't yet. Someone get on that at Nick.
I mean, that could be the next episode. We don't know.
It really could. I hope it's not.
Yeah, it could be tied to Squidward going to Sandy's treat home for the first time. I don't know.
Would Mr. Krabs and Plankton be the chaperones, or Mr. Krabs and Squidward?
Squidward would end up being the one at the dance with SpongeBob. We all know that.
I mean, that's SpongeBob's first choice to ask out on a date.
Yeah. So, Pearl does eventually agree to go to the prom with SpongeBob.
As literally her last choice.
Much to her chagrin. She wants nothing to do with him, and she gives SpongeBob, a list of things that he needs to do immediately.
A list of demands.
Yeah. He needs to be clean.
Yeah.
And he needs to somehow stand up to tall, dark, and handsome.
Long, tan, and handsome.
Yeah. So he goes home. Don't worry, Pearl, I'm the king of prom.
Yeah.
He was not.
No, he didn't go to his prom. But Gary has a solution.
Gary does have a solution, but I had to stop the episode so I can make a long note. We learned 2 things in this episode if you pay attention. Well, we bring one of them back. We talk about how Patrick went to college a lot.
Yeah, because it feels like part of his character.
He went to community college, which we learn in The Bully in season 3. But SpongeBob and Patrick both went to the same junior prom.
Which means they went to the same high school.
They went to the same high school or middle school or whatever. They went to the same school at least up through junior prom.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 11th grade that we know. And then Patrick somehow got into college, which means he graduated high school somehow.
Which means if they were in high school together, They are the same age, meaning SpongeBob did something else for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. But SpongeBob didn't go to college.
No.
He's never mentioned going to college. He didn't go to college.
No, it's not part of his... It's him. It's Patrick and Plankton.
What was SpongeBob's first job? Because it wasn't the Krusty Krab.
That's what I was saying. SpongeBob did something else for a couple of years.
What was it?
Maybe he traveled.
And then bought his own house? How did he get the money for it? Did his parents buy it for him? I don't know.
That's we see him buy it sort of in Truth or Square.
Yeah, and but Patrick already lived on that street.
That's what SpongeBob moved in next to Patrick, basically.
Yep. How did SpongeBob afford?
So,
because I think we saw him paying cash too in that episode.
He did. It was cash or something like that. He didn't write him a check.
No.
So SpongeBob and Patrick were friends in high school, and then didn't see each other for a couple of years until SpongeBob moved in next door to Patrick.
All right, put the money in the bag. Put it in.
Maybe the First National Bank of SpongeBob.
Maybe, yeah.
SpongeBob found a leprechaun and has just been living off that for a while.
That's one of my favorite jokes from that episode, and that episode has so many good jokes.
It does. But yeah, like, we don't know what SpongeBob was doing. Or maybe Patrick graduated early.
No. No. So I reject that reality.
He is handsome.
Yeah, and then, SpongeBob figures out how to be tall, dark, and handsome.
Yeah, with Gary's help, SpongeBob preps for the prom. And that was my favorite scene from this episode as a kid.
I was going to say the same thing.
Like, that montage of him, like, sewing the thing and planting the seeds.
There's something about it. I don't know the exact word, because I want to say it's somewhat cozy, but it's not.
Yeah, it's like soothing or relaxing, satisfying.
It is very satisfying to watch.
I don't know why as a kid, I loved seeing him, like, plant inside the jacket.
That was my favorite scene. I think part of it is the background.
It's dark, but not too dark.
Yeah.
It's got good music.
I wouldn't call it liminal. I know a lot of people like using that word for
like familiar, but not familiar.
Yeah, it's definitely not liminal, but
no, but it is relaxing in a way. I don't know.
It's got its own feel that I'm sure on another day, in 3 weeks, I'm going to sit here and go, oh, that's the word.
Maybe a similar feeling to like that Power Wash game, maybe. I don't know if it's like just seeing something done and like completed well.
I need to replay all those SpongeBob levels.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yep. It's just, you need to buy the games and we'll do that together so it doesn't take me as long. And I'll explain why here in a bit. I'll do that in between episodes. But yeah, SpongeBob gets himself together. He becomes long using stilts.
Yeah, which comes back later.
He tans himself in a toaster.
That doesn't stay.
We see him. We see SpongeBob tan in at least 2 episodes. Actually, we see him tan in a couple episodes because he also does it in. I think no, not that one. What's the one where it opens and he's where he has the pizza made of sand at Goo Lagoon?
Oh, the one where they get invited to the tan guy's party?
No, this is with him and Sandy. Because he impersonates Squidward and makes Sandy laugh a lot.
Yeah. Texas.
That's not Texas. Because that's when they're doing the, hand house thing.
Okay, that one. I know the scene you're talking about. What episode is that?
I can't remember. But in that episode, he's, tanning in the sun with Sandy. And, there's the beach one that you brought up.
Is it Ripped Pants? I think that might be Ripped Pants.
Might be Ripped Pants?
Him impersonating Squidward on the beach.
I really can't remember what it is. But
yeah, it's that.
Okay, yeah.
Did anyone order 20 pepperoni and sand pizzas?
Yeah. So it's just... There's a lot of episodes, and there's some scenes that I remember.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you where they are.
It is only 2 or 3 times, though, that we see him and Sandy playing on the beach right at the opening.
Yeah.
But there being more than one makes it confusing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's at least 3 times we see him tanning.
And then he decides to make himself handsome.
Which, put on a wig, I guess?
No.
Is that what did it?
No. Did you not catch what did it?
I was making a note of something else. What did it?
He goes, handsome.
Oh, yeah, when he rubs his tongue on his... Yeah, so
On his
teeth
braces.
whitening, yeah.
He put braces on and went, I'm handsome now. And I, as a kid, I went, you're a nerd now. What's wrong with you?
That's the opposite. They're losers. SpongeBob, again, like, the narrative throughout the entire series early on is SpongeBob is a loser.
Yeah, but how much of a loser do you have to be that getting braces raises that?
Yeah. Well, how ugly do you gotta be to lower someone else's photogenicness?
I mean, not hard.
But him and Patrick are losers. He didn't go to his prom. Patrick went with his mother, which is horrifying.
SpongeBob couldn't get a date.
Yeah.
Which puts him higher up than Patrick.
Yeah, because taking your mom is worse than taking no one.
Taking your mom, cousin, or sister is automatically worse
It is.
than not being able to get a date.
Yeah, unless you're in, what's that town? Shelbyville.
Yeah. Because if you can't get a date, there's going to be someone else there without a date. And you just get to walk over and go, look, we pretend like we came together. We have a terrible time. But the fact that we are together means that we're better off than most of the other losers here.
See, I'd also argue that you could also just fade into the background. You can say you went, but you didn't make a scene. If you go with your mom, everyone remembers that.
Yep. Gary remembered that someone did.
Yeah, no one remembers the 25 people that didn't go with anyone.
Gary wasn't there. He remembered that Patrick went with his mother.
Yeah, because I guarantee you that's how Patrick got kicked out of high school for being bullied.
Yeah. Speaking of, I didn't go to prom.
I didn't.
I actively didn't. I didn't have a date. I wasn't dating anyone. I didn't care enough.
I didn't have the money.
I had the money, but I wasn't going to spend it to go there and not be there with anyone.
Well, I had someone I could have gone with who wanted to go, but I couldn't afford it.
Yeah, so I worked. I was the only one in our class that, I worked with a lot of people from our class at my first job. And I was the only one who skipped out on prom, so I was the only one that worked that night. And the week after was my cousin's prom at the high school that he went to. I don't remember which high school he went to.
Weird that they were at different times. Like, it makes sense, but also feels like something that should be on the same time.
Yeah, so I worked 2 proms in a row. And I got almost nothing for it. I got my standard day's pay.
I got stood up at a dance, not the prom.
You did. You told me that story a few times.
Yeah. The best part of that night was watching a new episode of Gravity Falls.
The second best part of that night was your dad making you wait for her to stop cheating on you.
Yes. To make a long story short, I had a girl I was kind of dating at the time who had me take her to the dance. It was some kind of homecoming dance. I think it was junior year, sophomore year. And she then proceeded to meet up with another guy and leave me alone for the entire night while she hung out with this other guy and...
Behind a dumpster.
Yeah, got up
doing
to other
exactly
things.
what you think they were doing.
Got up to other things. So that was exciting.
And your dad made you wait for her.
Yep. The gentlemanly thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so SpongeBob arrives.
Yep.
And I realized something today. We wouldn't know it. But SpongeBob is just really cosplaying as his cousin.
Yeah. He's about the same height this way.
He's got the same hair, only SpongeBob's is longer.
About the same amount of coordination.
And the exact same amount of coordination. Yeah, I was just sitting here going, you think that's why how they designed Stanley? They just went that, but in SpongeBob's regular clothing.
They've done that with other characters before, like the guy that got into the Salty Spittoon.
Yep. But that one was funnier.
That one was funnier.
That one was a funny joke.
So, SpongeBob gets in, and, he tries his best.
He does try his best.
Pearl is immediately disinterested. I don't know what she sprayed on his arm.
Well, they walk in, and immediately see a flash. Oh, good. Pictures. My first prom picture.
SpongeBob corrects her. Our first prom picture.
And then she sprays him with poison.
Something that withers his arm and makes it die.
She is not putting up with any of SpongeBob's shit.
No, but he's trying. I mean, other than that time he was kind of being weird.
He is trying so hard.
Yeah, it's too much.
And it immediately devolves into... I believe SpongeBob would have been perfectly fine if it wasn't for how Pearl was treating him.
Yeah, because that's the thing. The more she's disinterested and flat and weird with him, the more he's like, I've got to prove to her that I'm good enough.
Yeah. If she had just walked over there with him, he wouldn't have torn down the little whatever, the curtain.
Yeah, no, and she saw him having trouble with the punch and proceeded to go the other way.
The SpongeBob trying to pick up that ladle to get punch is the exact same feel as Squidward trying to pick up his remote in that one episode.
Oh god, skill crane.
Yeah. It is the same feel of just I can't do it. I know I can do it, but I can't do it. Well, it's more insulting when it's Squidward.
It is. But yeah, SpongeBob keeps messing up, to which Pearl reacts more and more negatively towards him.
As a kid, I always thought it was gross him spraying the punch out his nose. And I don't usually get like all up in arms about that stuff, but that was one of the things that stood out to me as a kid.
It's gross.
Yeah, I'm like, people are drinking that now. Never.
Yeah, several of the anchovies are apparently just fine with it.
Yep. They did not care in the slightest.
Also, apparently some anchovies can talk, but just have the verbal tick where they say meep a lot.
Yep.
Which is interesting. I don't think we see them talk very often.
No. No, we see them talk so rarely that it becomes a story arc and a spinoff.
Haven't watched that spin-off, but yeah.
We saw that episode.
We saw a little bit of that, yeah.
It was not an amazing spinoff.
No.
I think I could sit through it more than I could sit through the other one.
Yes.
Like, the other one was not made for me, and I do not like that style of show.
So, teenagers suck, but apparently Pearl sucks more, because when she blows up, her friends tell her she's being a dick.
Well, I mean, yeah. Before that, though, she goes over when SpongeBob's, on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And looks over and goes, oh my god, that's him. And immediately hides, because she has spotted her ex.
The most sexy fish in the high school.
Yep. And the crowd parts, and we get to see him, and Pearl is into nerds.
Octavius Rex.
The nerdiest, hottest nerd of them all.
He's not long.
And he went bald at 17. Or 16.
But apparently hair isn't what makes you handsome.
No, and neither is the glasses. Neither is the Coke bottle glasses he was wearing.
He's just, he's hard to compete with. I'm going to be real. I can't live up to that standard.
And SpongeBob was impressed.
Just very out loud, just, whoa.
Wow.
Like, this man impressed SpongeBob on sight.
Yeah.
We didn't see anyone on his arm, though.
We could have seen so many images. You could change out with anything.
Oh god, yeah. It feels like a meme format too.
Yeah, you replace him with the nerd from the World of Warcraft nerd from South Park.
Yeah, or the Dud.
Yeah. The Dud would be a hilarious edit. I would love that one in particular.
But yeah, clearly designed to be the most nerdy ass guy ever, and in universe he is sex made flesh.
He is the best looking fish at that party somehow.
Yep, I love their beauty standards.
It's always a funny reveal. I remember going, really? Every time as a kid.
Even as a kid, I got the joke, but yeah, it's like, wow.
Really? That?
You're expecting like a football player or a model or something.
You're expecting average.
At least.
No, below average. That's where the money is.
How Homer got Marge.
You go to the Bob's Burgers, the Prince of Persuasion. Just cut to that.
I could see this guy watching those videos.
Yeah. But, so Pearl, they go out to dance.
And they do the whack.
They do the whack, which immediately devolves.
Well, apparently it's a dance where you and your partner slam your hips and torsos into each other violently.
Yep. And it causes a lot of chaos as a bunch of people just get knocked into things.
So, this one's on Pearl. I don't know who she could do the whack with without causing some kind of issue. But if it was anyone else, they would have gone the other direction.
If it was the school, it would have gone the other direction.
Like, SpongeBob's got enough spring power in the stilts to launch her, but anyone else would have been launched into the wall by Pearl.
Yeah.
And then sent to the hospital.
Yeah. So, everything goes to shit very quickly. A lot of chaos. And SpongeBob finally snaps because everything he's done has failed.
Yeah, so Pearl's there ragging on him, and he just breaks, yeah.
And we get maybe my favorite joke in this episode. I don't know what it is about him running into the bathroom and then just crying while Pearl can understand everything. And then you just hear Tom Kenny cry the words hot dog. I don't know what it is about that joke in particular, but the delivery on hot dog has
You've
always
never heard
made
a
me
man
laugh.
cry hot dog.
That delivery made me laugh so much as a kid, and it still makes me laugh today.
So I was never as a kid able to understand any of it except wear the wig. I heard that every time.
I always got wig and hot dog. I don't know why.
But, like, everyone else at the party never got mad when SpongeBob messed up. It was only ever Pearl.
It was only ever Pearl.
Like, the lights fall down, the curtain falls, and the guy takes the picture and walks away. Nothing happened.
Even when, she blows up, everyone goes, "What did you do to that guy?"
Right? Like, because everyone clearly saw SpongeBob trying his best, and apparently that's good enough at this school.
Yep.
Because no one got mad. Even when the food got knocked out of their hands, they were just like, well, I guess that happened.
Yep. And, Pearl finally makes up to SpongeBob. She lets him wear the wig.
Which I guess he's really insecure about in this episode.
Yeah. So they go out, they dance, and then they do the sponge.
A very famous dance, apparently.
Can we agree that the most amount of chaos at the prom wasn't because of SpongeBob?
It was the DJ.
It was the sponge.
I have that note. It's the DJ. The DJ. SpongeBob and Pearl, we saw. They left the bathroom and immediately went to the dance floor. No one told the DJ to put this on.
And SpongeBob does the sponge and he causes no damage to the school while doing it.
Or anyone else.
Neither does Pearl. All the damage from there on, the reason why they got kicked out was because of the sponge. And they didn't do any damage to the prom.
No, they get kicked out. Apparently, this is what set the teenagers off, which, granted, a lot of them ended up dismembered.
I think my favorite part about the sponge joke is, it's two parts. It's the guy who throws up his leg and then just hits the one line and it dominoes into the football player.
Yeah, that one's good.
There's something about the immovability of that football player that's just absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, and then we just see his eyes slowly turn towards them and the scene cuts.
Yeah. And the other one is the dude who breaks off his leg.
Well, we see two. One dude breaks off his legs, and they both walk away from him while he chases after them on his hands.
Yep.
And then I don't get the apple.
Yeah, I don't know why.
There's just an apple chasing someone?
I assume it's because you give a teacher an apple, but who knows?
I don't know what the logic there was, but it was wild. But yeah, there's people screaming, crying, disfigured. Some will never walk again.
Yep.
And it is not SpongeBob or Pearl's fault.
It is not. None of it is. But they get kicked out anyway.
Yeah, I guess because he's the only sponge there. Kind of racist, not gonna lie.
Yep. Go ruin someone else's prom.
So then they grabbed a bottle of whiskey from a convenience store and spent the rest of the night up on a hill.
So we see them return Pearl home, not walking together.
Yeah.
Pearl...
Well, they couldn't take the limo back.
No.
Pearl ruined it.
No, they, I love that limo joke. Pearl walks ahead of SpongeBob. Yeah, he's still being a gentleman and returning her home.
He walked her home, kind of.
And then we get the second dummy joke.
Well, we get Mr. Krabs telling a dad joke.
Yep. Stay away from me, flower.
As he then proceeds to let them know that it's a flower in his garden.
Yep.
And not Pearl, to which Pearl's like, Dad, with the dad joke.
Yep. And as she's doing that, SpongeBob is undressing, dressing his dummy, and hiding.
Yeah, as we see, SpongeBob frees up with rigor mortis as the dummy just dies.
Yep. Oh, there you are, dummy.
Mr. Krabs thanks the dummy for his time, walks away, and yeah, SpongeBob tells the most odd joke with that.
Yeah. But
We don't get a lot of endings like that early on.
we don't. It's got maybe the most unique ending in that sense.
Yeah, in the like pre-movie era, because later on we get like, but I was Patrick, but I was Mr. Krabs the whole time, and that like spy one and a couple others.
Yeah, we get a few of those.
The only one competing with this one is maybe the gorilla joke in the broke his butt,
An accident, yeah.
and maybe Santa laughing into infinity.
Yeah. I've said it before, I'll say it again. If there was ever a role I could take over, it would be the person playing Santa.
He goes for so long.
He goes for so long, just full out.
That it was amazing.
I don't know who did that.
I'm assuming Tom Kenny.
I assume it's Tom Kenny. I kind of hope it was Squidward's VA.
That would have been cooler.
It would be so much funnier if it was Squidward doing it.
When they need a live action guy, it's normally Tom Kenny.
Yeah.
Like when Poseidon opens the curtain and a couple others, but that one, I don't think it's credited.
Probably not. But that's all I have for the Chaperone.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It is a good one. So fuck me, it's been 36 minutes. But so I mentioned it earlier. I need to replay the Power Wash Simulator. The reason why is you know this. I've been going through and recording me play through SpongeBob games in incremented segments. About 20 minutes. I replayed all of Super Sponge in like 5-minute recordings because I want to just start putting those in the video online. Yeah. Just give people something to watch if they're tuning in and just like, oh, throw that out. Oh, hey, here's 20 minutes of Marcus playing Battle for Bikini Bottom.
Not it's talking something to have.
But it'll just be there and hopefully that'll help engagement a little bit.
I'd say it might.
I don't know when that's going to start. I've already done all of Battle for Bikini Bottom and all of Super Sponge. But I'm probably going to do Cosmic Shake and the movie game and a bunch of others. And I'm also going to make some special images as well, but that's going to be a whole thing as well. And I probably won't start putting them into the videos until I get at least a couple of those. But also, something I learned, did you know they're still making browser games for SpongeBob?
No.
I didn't know that until I was looking up a list of SpongeBob games just to see like what was there that I could, play and then not want to suffer through later. So, I found out that there's like 8 browser games on Nickelodeon right now.
Interesting.
I played one for like a minute just to see it was a point-and-click game, and it was not very good. It used the same like 30-second loop of music for everything, and it was bad. But, that is our little thing to keep an eye out for.
All right, and back to, I guess the next episode.
Employee of the Month. Mr. Krabs uses the award to drive SpongeBob, but he dupes SpongeBob into believing he might break his ongoing winning streak and lose this month to Squidward. Squidward could care less, but goes along with the ruse for fun. But when a fearful SpongeBob works so hard, he humiliates Squidward at work. The battle for the award begins.
No?
I had to pause there because the sentence read, SpongeBob works so hard, he humiliates Squidward at work. And that didn't make sense to my head at all.
No, it doesn't read right. It doesn't read naturally, and also is incorrect, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, he works better than Squidward, but not in the episode that we see. And also, Squidward doesn't care. You have to care to be embarrassed.
Yeah. I mean, Squidward was hurt and covered in shit, but...
Squidward didn't give a shit until SpongeBob broke into his house, but we'll get back to that.
He would have left it alone if it wasn't for that.
But, so I love the early dynamic between Squidward and Mr. Krabs.
Yeah, they got along a lot better.
Right, first 2 seasons-ish, until Squid on Strike or so, they got along pretty well.
Even in Squid on Strike, they still got along pretty well afterwards. I think it was about the time that they ended up breaking all of his stuff in Crabborg?
Crabborg, yeah.
Maybe?
That's the episode title.
Or is that... Yeah, because Imitation Crabs is the other one. But yeah, Crabborg. Until then, I think they get along just fine. And then they break all of Krabs' stuff.
But like early on, they have this sense of like Squidward's been here a couple years. He's not happy here, but he's satisfied. He can get by with minimal effort, and Mr. Krabs and him have like a thing.
They have their rapport.
They do. Like he sees Mr. Krabs egging SpongeBob on to work harder, and he's like, you know what? The more work SpongeBob does, the less I have to do. He plays along.
Yeah.
And him and Mr. Krabs have kind of a chuckle over it.
Yeah. They know that they're just messing with SpongeBob.
They are.
And this is another one of those times. I mentioned a couple episodes ago in Squidward the Unfriendly Ghost. That was one of the times that Squidward got away with something and the universe didn't immediately make him suffer. This is the other time.
You think?
Because he messes with SpongeBob alongside Mr. Krabs. And nothing happens to Squidward until he goes back in and starts questioning SpongeBob's reason for existence in the kitchen later.
You know, fair enough.
That's when the crap starts with him.
So, in the end, Mr. Krabs gets a lot of comeuppance. I think he didn't really deserve it, because the only thing he'd done was kind of fuck with SpongeBob at the beginning.
Yeah, he was just a little sarcastic with SpongeBob.
Yeah, like, oh man, gotta keep it up or Squidward will catch up to you.
Yeah. Yeah, knowing full well that's never gonna happen.
No, and Squidward knew that was never gonna happen.
Did you catch what Squidward was reading?
Yeah, Frown Digest or something.
It was Frown Digest, a novel. It was a full hardback book named Frown Digest.
We normally find him reading like Dance Digest or something, or Dance Quarterly.
Or like a music magazine. Yeah, it's always a magazine. This time it was a book.
Squidward's learning how to frown better.
What do you think it was about?
I don't know. Like, Digest would be like other examples, right? I guess the greatest depression of all time.
This is all of the angriest people in the world.
But this one actually has a couple little fun facts I want to share. So, SpongeBob, in the episode, they say was Employee of the Month 26 times in a row. Meaning 2 years, 2 months, assuming he won the month he started.
Which he did.
Yeah, but we see 43 awards on the wall. Meaning he was there for 3 years and 7 months.
Or he was putting up his image for beforehand.
Yeah, it could have been.
Which I don't think he did.
And then, you know, in the movie, he was 374 times.
Yep. But that takes place at the end of the series.
Yeah.
And they never did anything after the movie.
Nope,
except
never.
for one episode.
Yeah.
They did one episode after the movie. I don't know why they didn't continue the show.
And then, this is the first pair of episodes for you at home with no Patrick.
Yeah.
I don't know when that'll happen again next, but it's pretty rare we don't even see him.
Yeah. You know who else is in these 2 episodes?
Sandy?
Yeah.
That becomes pretty common later on.
We also don't have Larry.
Hey now, Patrick has been in every other pair. He went to college.
Well, we also don't have Jerry.
What about Larry? No, the other Larry.
Yeah, we don't have the other Larry either. But, yeah. Yeah, so SpongeBob immediately panics because he doesn't understand how he let the quality of his work slip so far.
Yeah, that's the thing. He can only lose to Squidward if he falls so far. That's like really kind of mean.
It's so mean.
Squidward's best is so bad that SpongeBob had to fall so far.
If Squidward wants to be Employee of the Month, it would be a Sisyphean challenge. Like, it's never going to happen.
Yeah. And SpongeBob apparently knows it.
You know what? Maybe there's that one time where SpongeBob was on vacation for a month because Krabs had to put him on vacation for a month.
No, Patrick was a better worker, apparently. Dressed as SpongeBob.
Well, we don't know that for sure. But we probably know that for sure.
Probably. Was Stanley a better employee?
No. Though Stanley does have the one really funny joke.
He does.
That entire episode culminates in the one joke of Stanley really pissing off that one customer. And the rest of that episode doesn't exist to me.
It's not a great one.
So if you ask me any other time, it's literally the image of that customer in a wedding dress and nothing else.
Patrick married a light pole.
Yeah, he did in one episode.
So, I think the Employee of the Month award is a load of baloney, personally.
I felt both SpongeBob being unable to flip that patty and Squidward getting covered in the patty. I've had days at work where both of those things have essentially.
Well, that's the thing. He got the what do they call them in Bob's Burgers? The whipples, or I can't remember, but like
The
he
yips.
he got so in his own head. He questioned everything, and couldn't do the most basic. That happens.
I now want a edit of SpongeBob trying to flip that patty, and then it just cut to Bob yelling, "You did this to me!"
If I use one spatula and then put the other one on top of it and kind of slowly turn.
Such a good episode.
You broke me! Something's broken in my brain!
You did this to me!
Ow.
I couldn't tell you what episode that is.
Oh, God. I can't. I could at any other time.
But yeah, I have felt both of those so many times in my life.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually the SpongeBob one where it's like, I know I can do this and it's just not working today.
Yep.
That one's the annoying one. Like Squidward getting covered in shit, that's just life, but
That's life is one load of shit after the other.
yep. And then you die.
Yep. But luckily at the end you get to die.
You're having a bad day, don't worry, soon you'll be dead.
Yeah.
That's a interesting song. That's Randy, Jay, and Sammy. They're two comedians from Australia. For those who don't know who they are,
Okay.
Randy, the purple puppet.
Randy Feltface.
Yeah, but they have an entire music album, only one, and it's just comedy song after comedy song. So that's one of them.
See, I was thinking Corpse Bride. You all end up dead at the end of the day.
I've never seen Corpse Bride.
Ah, dude, it's great. It's not as good as, some others, but it's got a killer song.
Yeah.
But, so SpongeBob riles up Squidward just a bit. Not a lot. Squidward's not taking it that personally at this point.
Yeah.
So he takes his hat, runs off with it, says, you know what, here's what I think of your employee of the month.
Instant regret.
As he slams his toe tips.
SpongeBob tried to stop him.
He did, but he didn't warn him.
He tried to.
And Squidward slams every one of his toe tips into a brick of lead, shattering every bone he doesn't have in his toes.
A good employee, a prepared employee, always has a brick of lead in their hat.
Says the guy who can't pick up a straw.
Yeah.
And Squidward regrets it, but that's not where it ends, as he proceeds to get covered in not bologna, but ground beef, which pissed me off as a kid.
It's the second time. It happens to him 3 times.
The last one's the funniest.
The last one is the funniest, and we don't even see that.
No. But as a kid, it killed me that he keeps saying bologna and got covered in ground beef, and I'm sitting here going, that's not bologna!
I think he only said it the one time.
Yeah, no, but it bugged me.
Yeah.
Because the joke keeps happening, and it keeps being a patty meat. It's beef.
The one patty, which covered the Squidward from head to toe 3 times.
Most of it's probably filler.
Yeah. Oh no, SpongeBob makes his with love.
He does.
The filler comes later.
It does. That's not a good episode.
The filler comes after they sell out.
Once they sell out, it becomes mostly filler.
Yeah, oddly enough, it started in season 4 when they sold out.
But at least there's no Townie episodes.
Yeah. So then we get to see SpongeBob depressed, staring at the wall again.
Yep.
And we get a very funny scene of SpongeBob talking to himself. I really wanted to do that at the beginning, because I think that would have been funny, but,
We don't get that version of SpongeBob a lot.
Yeah. There's so many good lines in this episode. We could have just parroted the entire episode back and forth, pretty much, because
it's mostly a dialogue.
It is almost exclusively SpongeBob and Squidward. Much like in Pizza Delivery, there's very few of people not,
Yeah.
But yeah,
I guess the Great Snow Race would be the next time we get this kind of interaction between them.
Yeah, but they aren't together too much.
No, but they're
Plus,
competing with each other.
We get a lot of Patrick and a little bit of Sandy. So we get a lot of other characters in that episode.
But SpongeBob then commits burglary.
Well, we still stating that, did you notice how they had multiple drawings on the close-up of Soldier SpongeBob? Like the wide shot, it was the one drawing and then the one that was moving around. But the close-up, like, angled image shot of the wall, where you could see Soldier SpongeBob leaning over, the image directly to his right and to his left were two different drawings.
Okay.
So we didn't get a good look at them, but
yeah, they were unique
different.
images. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, they have a game called Employee of the Month. It does not have that on it.
Yeah.
And then Battle for Bikini Bottom has him wearing the military helmet.
I also noticed, in the wide shot, it had the months all correct, and the one that was talking was February in the wide shot. Then it zooms in, and it's March. So
apparently, the next month was January. So this happened in December or like early January.
I think it was something like that.
January was the month they were competing for.
You want to know what? This episode will come out on the 28th. One day after the beginning of Employee of the Month. But, yeah. Yeah, that, after all of that, SpongeBob goes home and starts spying on Squidward.
Yeah, he's just sitting there marinating in his hate.
Like he's prone to do.
And decides he can fix this.
He can fix this. So he breaks into Squidward's house.
Yeah, so he pretends to be Squidward's pillow, which really creepy.
There's a lot of little things I noticed in that. First off, I just want to say I love the texture of Squidward's wall at night.
Oh, yeah.
It's such a different feel, and I'd absolutely love to have it in my room at one point.
Squidward's house is the one I most want, like, of any of them in the show. I love Squidward's house.
Squidward's house is probably the
like, the interior,
one.
At least. I love the look of it.
Yeah. And it's 2 or 3 stories.
And has an elevator, maybe?
Yep.
But, yeah, so SpongeBob breaks in after he sees Squidward winding his clock and pretends to be his pillow, which Squidward immediately notices something's wrong.
Specifically, SpongeBob's plan was to just disable his alarm in some way so that Squidward wakes up late and becomes ineligible.
Some way being with a mallet.
Yeah.
Very loudly.
Yep.
But yeah, this terrifies me, the thought.
I think he would have just turned it off if Squidward didn't catch him, and then just tried to sneak out.
Yeah, or ran off with it or something. But yeah, the most subtle would be to simply, like, disable it.
Yeah. But then, Squidward catches him and he's like, I'll just smash it and then you're done.
Yeah, like, you gonna go to the store this time of night?
Yeah. And Squidward does something that I had to question. Why does he have so many clocks?
To fuck with anyone who tried to fuck with his clock.
Why does Squidward have a closet filled to the brim with alarm clocks?
No. Before we get to that, let me set the scene for you. You're sitting there at night. You've just gotten comfortable. You've been hearing some odd noises coming in your house. Sounds like the creepy-ass guy lives next to you.
Coming from your pillow.
Yeah, but you're like, it's fine.
You're a lumpy, holy pillow for some reason.
You're fine. I've got this. I'm going to ignore the noises. I'm going to get some sleep. And right as you're drifting off, you see an arm come out of the ether, reaching for your alarm clock, to which you throw across the room. You are terrified. You don't know what this is. And then your creepy-ass neighbor dashes out of the pillowcase towards you, grabs the alarm off your nightstand, and proceeds to beat the shit out of it with a hammer. Then turns to face you. This is a horror movie.
It is. They could have made it worse by having an interesting way to draw SpongeBob, which I feel like they would do now.
I expected him to turn around in that scene and be deranged.
Like one of those, up-close paintings.
Yeah, the gross-up close-ups, they call them, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, one of the, super realistic ones.
Yeah.
But,
please, I have no soul.
Yeah.
Does this look unsure to you?
Yeah, something like that. But, he throws SpongeBob. Do you know specifically where he throws SpongeBob?
I mean, against the far wall.
Do you know what that wall is?
Normally around where his bathroom is, I think?
No, because his bathroom's on the other side.
Oh.
The wall, first off, the wall SpongeBob hits is made of metal.
It is.
It is sheet metal.
I noticed that, because they play the metal sound when he hits it.
Yep. And the second thing is, it's the outcropping that is the ear to his home. Because it has the little window that we saw before SpongeBob broke in that he was watching Squidward through that was the porthole window in the ear. So that's what that was. That was not part of his house originally, I don't think. Someone grafted a sheet metal ear onto his house.
Onto, I guess, what would have been a cone or a cylinder.
Second thing, do you think that's the elevator?
Could be.
I think that the ear is his elevator.
I could see it, but then it would have to move up and down.
It probably does.
That would be weird to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, he goes downstairs, he calls it, he goes upstairs. And then, there it is. It's right there. It comes down long enough for him to get in and go up.
I could see it. I'd try it.
And then, when he goes back downstairs, he hits the up button so it looks normal outside.
I could live with that. I can see that logic.
Yep. That is what I believe happens there.
Someone get on designing that. But yeah, anyway, next question. Squidward has at least 300 or 400 alarm clocks.
He collects alarm clocks for some reason.
He collects the same alarm clock.
The same clock multiple times.
Just to be ready if someone messes with him.
Why? Which is why.
I like backups. I have a phone
But
and
that
an alarm.
many?
You can never be too prepared.
That's just Squidward challenging the universe to set all of them off at once.
I would love that.
At different times.
Or someone pissed him off mildly, and then that same person went to buy an alarm clock, so later in the day, Squidward went to every store in Bikini Bottom, bought every alarm clock, and then put on back order every alarm clock for the next 3 months.
Possibly.
To ruin this guy's day.
I can see that.
Squidward's petty.
I also noticed something as SpongeBob, just after insulting Squidward, decides to leave.
Yeah.
First off, he challenges Squidward and finally pushes Squidward over the edge that he's going to...
Yeah, Squidward does not like work, and he does not like exerting himself, but he will not lose to someone while being called a bitch.
Yeah. SpongeBob pushes him over the edge, at which point he says, you know what, I'm taking that title from you.
Yes.
And then SpongeBob goes, you have to get up pretty early to beat me, or whatever he says.
Yeah.
And then exits Squidward's house by exiting his bedroom, which for some reason exits out onto the street tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he took the elevator.
Or SpongeBob opened a closet and went into the closet.
I still count SpongeBob some kind of eldritch god. This whole world exists at his whim.
Yeah.
And, Squidward said, I don't need sleep.
Yeah. We get one of my favorite just funny moments in this episode of them staring at each other through the window.
Yeah, no, so SpongeBob walks out, and then him and Squidward proceed to stare lovingly into each other's eyes for the next 4 hours.
For several hours staring at each other going, bet you're getting tired, aren't you?
Yeah, just back and forth at each other.
And we get something we don't often get to see from Squidward.
Oh, yeah?
You know what that is?
What's that?
He plays his clarinet well.
He does. He put SpongeBob to sleep.
He plays his clarinet perfectly to make SpongeBob fall asleep.
Well, he can't cook a Krabby Patty unless he needs to beat SpongeBob. He can't play a clarinet unless he needs to beat SpongeBob.
Yep.
Competitive spite is a hell of a motivator.
It is. It is the best motivator. I've learned that many times in my life. If I am spiting someone, I will be the most surprising version of myself.
Out of spite, Squidward could run a 5-star restaurant for at least a couple hours with no training.
I was once challenged by one of my parents to get my room clean, and they went, "You need to have this room cleaned in an hour." Yeah. And I went, okay, challenge accepted. 5 minutes later, I walked. My room was a tornado had gone through it, messy. 5 minutes later, I walked out. And went, my room's clean. Come look. And I went, not possible. Walked back. How?
Yeah, to which they assumed everything was under your bed or in a closet.
They did. They opened the closet, it was spotless. They looked under the bed, spotless. My room was spotless in 5 minutes. They have no clue how I did it, and I went spite.
Yeah, spite will do it.
That's how you do it. Spite is a hell of a drug.
It is.
Yep.
So, they proceed to... this point, you haven't watched it, but they proceed to just JoJo's each other, where they're like, I had this set up, then I had this set up, then I had trapping each other in more convoluted ways.
Well, before we get there, did you notice what was up with SpongeBob's house?
Oh, Gary's bed was on the other side. Right?
His room had a different layout.
Yeah, it was flipped or something.
It was at a different angle. It wasn't flipped, other than
Gary
all of
was on the wrong side.
Gary and all of his stuff was on the side that the diving board is on.
But yeah, his alarm was in the right place.
Yep. And his diving board was not. You know where it was?
Where?
I don't fucking know. It wasn't there.
What, did he have his clam?
No.
Damn.
No, I looked up and went, where's his diving board? Also, his room is different.
I saw Gary on the other side.
Yeah, I made a note that Gary was on the wrong side. But his diving board was
This is another one where the grill is on the opposite wall, too.
Yeah, it is. This is
it's also comically wide.
It is very wide for some reason.
So, that's not... It didn't count, but yeah.
Or they were so next to each other.
Yeah.
And we just saw it from an odd angle because they were not sleeping. They
had not slept and were heavily exhausted.
They had not slept in at least 24 hours at that point.
Yeah, and had done horrible labor.
Yep.
So, SpongeBob digs a pit.
He digs a pit to trap Squidward and goes to bed.
Pitfall traps are illegal.
Yep.
Like, I assume most traps are, but I have seen a law where it is in some state to dig a pitfall trap.
Well, I don't think it was a pitfall because there weren't spikes at the bottom.
There weren't, but pitfalls are illegal.
It was just a pit. A square pit.
Dug perfectly.
Actually, I guess it was a rectangular pit.
It was, but we don't call them SpongeBob Rectangle Pants.
But, he traps Squidward, goes to bed, and Squidward took that as a challenge.
He did. So Squidward uses all of his limbs to get out in a way only he could.
We have a friend who once told me that he used to do that at his home.
Where you force yourself up, like a door frame or something, or two walls.
He would do that in his hallway and just go to the top of the ceiling.
It's possible.
He could do it. I could not, but...
Well, no. I can't do a push-up.
I can. But, Squidward gets out.
We actually see in Wishing You Well, or whatever, the Wishing Well episode, Squidward gets out of the well, or almost gets out of the well in the same way.
Yep.
Using all of his limbs. Except that time a bucket hits him and he falls back down.
Well, Squidward has an advantage because he has multiple limbs.
It helps.
It does.
It's like what Cusco and Pacha do.
And Squidward also has the suction cups.
He does. He's built for that.
He has two advantages.
Squidward's a rogue. So, he gets out, and his trap, if it was quieter, might have worked.
Yep. Because he tries to nail SpongeBob in.
To a fruit.
Which would have worked if it wasn't for SpongeBob's handy saw.
That he keeps by the door.
SpongeBob could have gotten away if he had just gone out through his garage.
He has a garage and several windows, but he went, I'm going to take the forceful approach.
I'm going to take the most dangerous way possible and saw through my home.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Property damage in this episode is unreal.
Yeah.
So SpongeBob had to fix that, or he may press charges against Squidward.
We get the most Looney Tunes-esque chase sequence of them constantly escalating, trapping each other.
Yeah, so they each set a trap, run ahead, and then when the other guy gets there, laughs at them.
What's your favorite trap for each character?
SpongeBob in a wall.
That's mine.
Yeah,
that one is my favorite overall.
That's the best one Squidward said.
I think I know what your next one is going to be.
God, I can't remember.
The next one would be Ship in a Bottle.
That is. I made a note. It's on here. The Ship in the Bottle is the most impressive to pull off.
Those are the two funniest ones to me. Because, there's, at the end, SpongeBob trapped Squidward with two different ships. Because he did Ship and Bottle, and then he chained him to a ship.
They changed each other to a fence, or to a ship. But yeah, I wrote down the bottle one, because I'm like, how did he walk into the bottle? SpongeBob had to melt the glass around him.
He did. And it worked.
It did.
And he called him a loser.
Squidward had a hard time getting out of that, but Octopi can.
Yeah. He could. He absolutely could.
And, somehow they chain each other to a ship that they have to drag across the ocean.
SpongeBob was tied to an anchor.
He was tied to a ship.
Which that does mean that Sandy did make him stronger.
He was able to pull it. But that was spite.
Yeah. But Sandy's exercise routine for SpongeBob worked.
It did.
And we got the proof the following episode.
We did. He adapted.
Yeah.
Squidward's looked more painful.
Speaking of, you had a note for last time that never got brought up.
Oh, yeah, you mentioned that. Yeah, where I couldn't remember if it was inside or outside.
Yeah. Yeah, the last time I was listening to the podcast from a while back. And, I think it's Rip Pants. You said something like, "Yeah, we don't see the snack bar very often. We see it in Muscle Bob." And I'm like, "That was inside." I don't think it was inside. I think it's 95% sure it was inside a building.
So
I was right.
Nice.
I knew I was right when I said 95% chance, but
you'll have to forgive me.
Yeah. No. They finally call a truce.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
But yeah, they tell each other that they'll call a truce.
And immediately backstab each other. They haven't shook hands before they decide that they are going to backstab each other.
Yes. And they hadn't finished shaking hands that they decided they were going to break it then.
Yeah. As soon as I'm done just shaking his hand, I'm going to make a run for it.
And they don't finish that before they take off sprinting.
Nope. And we cut back to Mr. Krabs, who I am so amazed didn't have a joke about him being cheap right then and there.
They didn't do it as often early on. Like, he was motivated by money, but he wasn't evil about it.
He walks in going, money, money, I'm going to make some money. Just singing to himself, which is fine. That's not, whatever. I don't think you have to be greedy to sing that to yourself if you own a business.
That's the thing. I own a business. I'm opening it up. I'm having a good day. Gonna make some money today.
He unlocks the Krusty Krab, opens the door, and then just hears over the horizon
SpongeBob's squeaky-ass footsteps and Squidward's suction cups.
Turns around, boys! It warms my heart to see them coming to work so early.
Yeah.
I expected so hard for him to say, and without any extra pay, too.
Yeah, but he doesn't do shit like that early on.
He was willing to pay them for coming in early.
Yeah, and then when they get closer, he's like, boys, you're early. We're having a great day today.
And he saw the light flash before his eyes.
Yeah, as he's being stampeded.
And when it got to them coming over the horizon, it just kept going.
Straight into his lobby.
It's always horrifying when the light flashes before your eyes and then keeps going past where it starts flashing.
So, they come in and they are ready to work.
There's so many funny just visual gags back to back. I think my favorite one here in the Krusty Krab is Squidward polishing the table until it snaps into 3 pieces.
That one looked like it was on purpose, too. Because he was going around and around, and then you see him go in slowly.
And then he is smiling, full tooth grin.
Yeah, making eye contact with Mr. Krabs as he breaks his table.
It almost looks like it was done on purpose.
That's what it looked like it was. That was my takeaway. He snapped that table on purpose.
SpongeBob, in his state, smashes a bunch of plates so that he can do the dishes.
That one also felt a little personal.
Funny joke.
As he proceeds to clean them with a mop.
And after they're done cleaning the Krusty Krab, they decide to go flip some patties.
Yes, to which Squidward proves he is just as good as SpongeBob.
This is one of, I think, 3 times in classic SpongeBob where he is manning the grill. And it's the only time that he doesn't start a fire.
Yeah, and he doesn't burn a shoe. He doesn't, burn a milkshake.
Yep.
And he keeps up to, as far as I can tell, it's a pretty even contest.
I'll easily double your output. He could. He has
extra limbs, yeah.
He has extra limbs. He could grab 2 more spatulas on top of SpongeBob's 2.
He could, but SpongeBob can reproduce many arms.
But SpongeBob is also ambidextrous and can flip patties with his nose.
Not as well.
That's not a good episode.
It's horrible.
That joke is almost good in that episode too.
It is. It's probably one of the better ones.
But yeah, he also did you catch what Squidward calls SpongeBob in that scene?
Shoot, I think I did, but I can't remember.
He calls SpongeBob Sponge Cog.
Oh yeah,
because he's a cog in the machine.
Yeah,
which is such a clever little insult that's so easy to miss.
He calls SpongeBob out a couple times in this episode for being a little too pro work.
Yep.
That's really what it gets down to. Squidward's been desensitized already. It's the same dynamic they had in Pizza Delivery.
It is.
Where Squidward's burned out. He knows not to exert himself all this hard because there's nothing in it for you.
Yep.
But SpongeBob isn't yet.
Yeah. I remember being SpongeBob at my first job.
Oh, yeah.
And seeing all the Squidwards and going, dude, you have a job. Why are you so...
Yeah.
And then I understood.
Yeah, right? Like, you come in the first couple days, and you're excited. I'm earning money. I'm a real adult. Life starts here. I'm set.
I don't know when the soul left my body, but eventually I went, yeah, no. I think it was roughly about a year in that I went, I understand this is not worth it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You don't really get rewarded for your effort, and it may have been different, 50 years ago.
Yeah.
But you don't get rewarded for the extra effort. Everything's set. They won. You work for the wage they give you, and you don't move up.
Yep.
Or you get way more responsibility for, very little extra pay.
Yep. That's what they tried to do at my first job. They wanted me to take an assistant job, which meant I'm now on call 24/7.
Yeah, you do 1.5 times the work for
I get nothing else.
2% more pay.
They wouldn't even give me
and that's half the time that is what it is. There are lateral, or technically you're moving up, but we're not giving you anything all the time at work.
And they looked at me and told me I wasn't good enough for it, and they're going to look at the 16-year-old. And I looked at them and went, you're an idiot. Because, you're going to put the 16-year-old on call. What are you going to do when someone calls in the morning? Call them? Hey, can you skip out on school and come work?
Yeah.
No.
It's bullshit. And companies do shit like that. Companies will post fake ads to try to make you feel like you're replaceable and all that other bullshit. But that's that. Squidward's found it. He's got his groove set. I can put in so little work. I know the job. I can put in a very little work, read my magazine, leave, take breaks.
That job specifically, there were 2 moments where the boss called me out specifically, and I looked at him and went, here's my explanation. And he went, oh. So I got 2 times. And after the second time, he stopped talking to me. The first time was, we had trays that I had to swap out every day if I was doing the dishes.
Yeah.
So that, and you put some wax paper down so that all the grease from the food wouldn't stain the trays and they'd be easier to clean at the end of the night.
Yeah.
So I was doing that one day and he looked at me and went, why are you doing this? Because it's part of the job. You have me do this. And he went, they're just going to get greasy again. Yeah, no. But this is what you have us do. And I explained it to him. And 20 minutes later, he came back and he was looking at it going, oh, I get it now. No shit. You're the one that told us to do this.
Yeah, but they don't listen to that. They just read it off.
The next time I was doing dishes, and he went, you should be over here helping them. You should be over here on this thing helping these 2 who are making the chicken and then just throwing it into the fryers. And one of them is standing around doing nothing, and the other one is doing their work. I went, okay. And I walked over, stood at the other end, and went, what do we need on this side? And the manager looked at me and went, nothing. And I turned and stared him in the soul. And he turned away. Because he now knows that he is paying me to stand and stare at him. I just crossed my arms, turned, and looked at him. And I didn't say a word. I just stared until I was told to do something else. That one was fun.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. When you're needed enough that you're more of a pain to replace than it is to put up with the little bullshit you get away with, that's where you're set.
Yeah.
That's the American dream right there.
Yeah,
the best we can get.
Unfortunately, you aren't making enough money at that point.
Yes. Which is why, yeah.
Because I was making $9.25 at that point in time.
If SpongeBob came out today, kept the same exact everything, even writing quality, they'd be renting in a, like, apartment complex.
Yep.
It would be the Bikini Bottom, it would be Conch apartment complex. And they'd each have different units they're barely affording.
Yep. They wouldn't even be that. It would be SpongeBob, Squidward, and Patrick in one building. And Squidward would
that's
wish
it'd be
for
one
death.
complex.
No, it'd be one apartment.
Oh, you think they'd be roommates?
Yeah, and Squidward would hate it, but he would have no choice.
Yeah, it's move back to his family and admit he's not good enough.
Or put up with SpongeBob and Patrick.
Yeah.
Which would only make it worse.
Yes. I'd watch that.
Honestly, if that was what the dynamic was now, it would probably be a better show.
If that was what it was turned into, like a soft reboot, I'd watch it.
Yeah.
Patrick clogged the toilet, didn't replace the toilet paper. SpongeBob keeps stuffing the fridge with shit.
Because now it's not them breaking into his apartment, it's now them just going into his room without knocking.
Yeah.
Which happened to me a lot as a kid. I didn't have a lot of privacy.
I'm being polite and knocking, but asserting my authority as your parent and coming in anyway. Yeah.
No one knocked.
No one ever does.
That's you hear me knock all the time because
it's a politeness.
It is a politeness that no one ever gave to me.
You're supposed, as a parent, I'm not walking, especially 10 and up, I'm not walking into my kid's room without knocking.
All the way up until I was 17, which is old enough that you should know, don't walk into your parents. Don't walk into your
No, at
child's
that
room.
point, it is your fault.
At that point,
you're
kids. Rolling a dice that you don't want to roll.
No! And it's not the kid's fault at that point. That is yours.
Yeah,
yours as the adult.
At any point, I could have locked in my door, but you know what? It doesn't matter if I'm playing a video game, doing homework, or trying to sleep. Don't open the door without knocking first.
Yes.
Like, my mother would do it, and my brother would do it constantly.
Yep.
So, it drove me crazy, because I always knocked on the door instead of just, like, barging in.
Yeah, well, and you have to leave the door unlocked, because then your parents are like, why are you locking the door? And I'm like, why does the door have a lock?
Yeah.
No, it's great.
But, yeah, you got anything else?
Again, nothing other than just Krabs didn't deserve all of this for that little joke at the beginning.
No.
It was funny, but he didn't deserve it.
I have one last thing I want to ask you. Who do you think won Employee of the Month?
I think that was the last time they did Employee of the Month for a long time.
Well, I mean, we know it kept happening because he's still Employee of the Month later.
I think there was a good 6-month gap where it didn't happen.
I assume SpongeBob. Because isn't it still consecutive in the movie?
He says consecutive, but that could have picked up at any point.
So either Squidward won, and the movie is a second streak, or SpongeBob won.
Yeah. But really, Jim was the winner.
Yeah, he left.
Best Employee Ever award.
But, yeah, that was the Chaperone and Employee of the Month. 2 episodes that I loved. One that aired, I think, the exact right amount, and one that I think didn't air enough.
Except they're tied to each other.
They are tied to each other. It's an odd dynamic between them. But, yeah, next time we are looking at 2 episodes that you have consistently thought, oh yeah, that episode is next. I think 3 or 4 times before starting the podcast, you've got, yeah, this is the next episode. We're finally there. It's Scaredy Pants and I Was a Teenage Gary.
I love those two.
Yeah, and I think Scaredy Pants was the first SpongeBob roulette that we did.
It might have been. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, it was one of the first ones, but I'm pretty sure that it was one. Here, 2 will have the. Yep. It was. I Was Teenage Gary was the very first one we did.
That's awesome.
So we're circling back around to that one.
Well, for that episode, we'll have to make it this one.
No. And yeah, that will be next time. Hopefully next week. This next week is going to be weird. Either we're going to record next Wednesday, or we're not going to have an episode next week.
Stay tuned to find out.
But your clues for SpongeBob Roulette this time, once again, were eggs, plunger, and hook. This is a reminder that the first person who guesses the episode on any of the episodes, because it's not happened yet,
Nope.
You get pinned in the comments below. So if you know what it is and you don't see that comment, I will retroactively do it.
Yep.
So, yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.